All right, man. I was checking out an article on Bleacher Report. It was about the Clippers, and a couple things I took away from it is that possibly the Clippers could try to make a play for Andre Drummond. And what an anonymous executive said is basically that Andre Drummond has a lot of bad habits he needs to unlearn. So let's talk about the article. I put the article link in the description so you can check it out. Hit the drop down box. It's right there. All right. Appreciate the love, support, man, from everybody. It's Motor City Sports Talk. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. And we could talk about what the executive said first. He says that he has a lot of bad habits, and one of the habits that, or something they listed, was he does have lack of postseason experience. He was there last year. I think he was there early in his career. We got swept by the Cavs. So he does have some postseason experience, but the bad habits, I'm not sure exactly what they are. As far as integrity and his citizenship or his morals and stuff, he seemed to be a good guy. Don't hear a lot of bad things about him. Maybe his bad habits may go to his work ethic. Maybe he doesn't work hard enough. Maybe it's some things we don't see behind the scenes. Maybe they're hearing things. Maybe he not working on his game enough. Maybe he don't take the game seriously enough. So I really don't exactly know what he means when they say bad habits. Usually when people are anonymous, they usually elaborate a little bit more. But the only thing they really said was that, he has lack of postseason play. And this is a team that's trying to get over the hump. Well, like I said before, as far as the bad habits, I don't know what they are, referring to. Like, is it because he practicing 3-pointers? He not practicing with his back to the basket? Is he late all the time? Does he not take the game seriously? Is his laziness a bad habit? And most of those things, you can see on the court, or you can see in the summer when he's shooting the ball from 3-point land and he ain't posting up and getting it off the block. You see in the games where he has mental lapses where, sometimes he goes soft, sometimes he play hard. His energy level is up and down. Sometimes he not focused, sometimes he not engaged. He tends to fold versus some of the more upper echelon teams. When they play him against the lower level teams, he's gonna eat. And like I said, you never know what these bad habits are with these players because we do not see them off the court a lot. A tight locker room is supposed to be sealed. So it's good that the Pistons don't have a lot of anonymous sources leaking anything bad about Andre Drummond. Now, if he get traded, then you might hear some things that come out about Andre, or he wasn't the best worker, or, he didn't get along with his teammates. Usually when somebody leave the building, when you're trying to help somebody trade stock like Andre Drummond, usually what kind of happens is you don't hear anything bad about him, but once he leave, then you hear things bad about him. And that's a good sign of a bad sign of an organization. Is once the guy leave, they don't say nothing. Even if it's bad things about him, they don't say nothing bad about him. None leak. Teammates don't say nothing. The organization, executives don't leak. So I hope the Pistons organization is that organization where Tom Gores don't go off the record, or Stefanowski and Malik Rose or Dwayne Casey don't go off the record and say nothing. Don't be that organization. If it didn't work out here because Dre wasn't 100% committed, and some of the fans, they just don't understand it, then they just don't understand it because they don't see him on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the factory and the guy can work and the job get done, but it may not get done in a timely manner or in the quality that, the plant manager may want to get done, but it get done. But all you know is Timmy come in every day, do his job, and it get done. But maybe it's something about the process that he's not doing safely, doing the right way. Same thing with the NBA. Maybe Dre not showing up on time every day. Maybe Dre not going to therapy every day. Maybe Dre ain't giving it his all in his practice. Maybe his energy level up and down. Maybe he breaking curfew. Maybe he not progressing and going through the strength and conditioning program like they want him to go through the strength and conditioning program. It's a lot of things that could be going. I'm not saying this is true about him, but things go around the league, and I think at 24, 25, 26 years old, people expect him to progress a lot more than he did. And people will look, well, all these 2020 games and this, that, and the third, why ain't Detroit better? But at the same time, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? At 25, 26, what human being in life was a finished product? Who was an expert in women? Who was an expert in the business world? Who was an expert in the social world? Nobody was 100% across the board at 25, 26 years old. There's people that's 100 years old that ain't mastered all of that. So the thing about Dre, why he has stock and why he has value is because he's young and he can get better and he's durable. Durability is a huge thing with the Clippers. Clippers top two players always hurting Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So, you talking about the thing that Andre Drummond brings to the table, durability. That's one of his best attributes of rebounding. But the Clippers are interested in bringing in, they could be interested in bringing in Andre Drummond. Let's get into that part. Obviously, they're looking at bringing in a center. They should have signed Dwight Howard. Don't understand why they didn't sign Dwight Howard to the Clippers. They needed that guy in the middle that give them a couple minutes, and it would have been cheap for them. Dwight Howard was on a non-guaranteed contract till about a week or two ago. So now they put themselves in a position where they're looking at a Steven Adams. They looking at, maybe even probably bringing back a DeAndre Jordan. They looking at a few things here. They're looking at a few things here, and they also looking at Andre Drummond. So Drummond can get them stability. Now, what you thinking, like, what does the Clippers have to offer? Well, they traded a lot of later picks to the Oklahoma City Thunder, so they do have a number one pick. You would probably get like a Mo Harkless or a Zubac back. That's what you probably get, Mo Harkless, Zubac, and probably a Rodney McGruder back to make it even out or something like that. You probably give up a Kyrie Thomas to even out the roster or whatever. So they do have a first round draft pick. They also been issues about Dre and Mark Harold, dude from Louisville, they can't play together in most of the situation. I think they could play together, depending on who they're playing. Harold can stretch it out to three. He can get it off the bounce. He can be your stretch three as well. So I think it could work for the Clippers, but the Clippers need somebody in the middle, and that's the Achilles heel when they go up against. If they face Portland and they get Nurkic back, or Hassan Whiteside, or they go against, Phoenix and Aiden, or they go against the Clippers with Anthony Davis, they need somebody in the middle that can give them a little bit of size and the mobility. And Andre Drummond and Steven Adams, they provide that. Who would they rather have? It depends. Adams is better defensively, but Drummond got more of a ceiling. But the problem is that the Clippers is going to have is that Steven Adams is tied up for a couple years. Drummond can opt out next year. Unless they get Drummond say he'd opt in, paying Drummond going to be a problem. That's the problem with Drummond, paying him. If he was locked up for a few years, Detroit would have been already signed and sealed him for a great deal. Probably multiple draft picks and multiple respectable players. But, with Drummond being able to opt out and him publicizing that he was going to opt out his player option this year, it's made it tough for him to get moved. But the Clippers do, have some pieces to move. You just hope that maybe they can't get Steven Adams. You probably hope that they can't get, a DeAndre Jordan. They can't get another big man that go in the middle, and that, they willing to deal with you, and they figure some things out under the cap about bringing Andre Drummond back. It depends on if a fellow Detroit native, Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, wants to pay Andre Drummond and go into the luxury tax. But then you have a lot of money with Drummond, a lot of money with Paul, a lot of money with Kawhi, and also they looking for a playmaking point guard as well too. So in this deal, they may try to swindle, Derrick Rose from you. But if me personally, I would say Derrick Rose for a deal to the Lakers and bring in Kyle Kuzma. But if you get the LA Clipper number one pick, so be it. Drummond can help them, versus the Jokic's of the world, the Nurkic's of the world, the Anthony Davis a little bit of the world. And I think it'll be a good fit for him because he got all shooters around him. I think Paul George and Kawhi can feed him off the pick and roll. They'll find him on the lob. He can get up and down the floor. He ain't going to give up no height like Montrezl Harrell. So I don't think they're willing to deal Harrell, but I think the issue they having is going to be with Harrell, according to the Arsenal and Drummond playing together. But if you do it the right way, they can play together. It's just like these NBA coaches that think the NBA game is one way where you gotta match up. You know what I'm saying? But if you have post players that can take advantage of the size mismatches on the other end and rebound the ball, you have to worry about it. But they really need a big guy in the middle. My thing is they probably gonna go to Oklahoma City and try to get Steven Adams first since he tied up in a deal. If they can't get Steven Adams, which he is for sale, I think then they try to look at Andre Drummond, DeAndre Jordan, somebody like that to play the middle. But if I'm the Pistons, I'm on the phone with them right now. If I get that number one pick from them, I can get a Magruder, Mo Harkless or something like that, then maybe we do it. If not, hey, just move on. You might have to bite the bullet. But the Clippers would be interesting as you come down to the February 6th trade deadline. Very, very interesting. But, for the Pistons, they in total rebuild mode. You know what I'm saying? And everybody pretty much, get mad when I say that, but team too old. They built up with a lot of injury-prone players. And it's at the point where, Derrick Rose, once again, is at an all-time high. Derrick Rose is going to get some attention. And once again, people say, oh, Derrick Rose balling right now. No way they should get rid of Derrick Rose. It's the same thing. Last year, Pistons fans falling for it again. Oh, Blake Griffin balling right now. There's no reason to get. And what happened? His knee go out right on time. Same thing with Derrick Rose. While he hot, get something for him. Now you didn't really increase his value now being here. You took a chance on him. He looking like an all-star. Get rid of him now so you get something for him. You keep him, he injures himself again. That's what's going to happen. History repeats itself with players like Derrick Rose. So while he hot, I will get something for him. And the Pistons is total rebuild. I don't know why everybody against rebuilding with the Detroit Pistons. I don't get it. Because the Pistons haven't rebuilt truly since they got Grant Hill. There hasn't been a rebuild. And I just don't understand why people are just so against it. There has not been a rebuild, once again, since Grant Hill. Everything is trying to build through trades, build through the draft, build through trades or build through free agency. Try to build through free agency, build through trades. Think about it. The Ben Wallace, the Rip Hamilton, and Perfect Storm. You know what I'm saying? Then they try to recreate it with Ben Gordon, Charlie Villanueva, Josh Smith. It didn't work. Then they try to deal some things and make the Reggie Jackson, eventually Blake Griffin, get rid of Tobias and all that. And then trading Tobias to get rid of him. They tried since the Pistons broke, they've been trying forever to recreate that storm. It's time to be bad, get high draft picks, get young assets. I'll tell you what I would do. If I get a first round pick for Dre, if not, I'll try to see what I can get. But I'm trading everything I got to get Kyle Kuzma from the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting Kyle Kuzma. I'm pairing him with Sayoko. If I get a first-round draft pick for Andre Drummond somehow, some way, good. Get that first-round draft pick for him. Next year, then I'm tanking down the stretch. If I get in the top 5, good. I get number 1, good. Then we got Wiseman. You got the guard from Georgia. You got LaMelo Ball. You got a lot of different things. Next year, you let him play, be bad, get top of the draft again. Try to do the same thing. That's how you rebuild the NBA. It's not the NFL. But, with the talking about Drummond bad habits, I can believe it. He real young. He hasn't improved his offensive game. Seem a bit immature. So I definitely can believe it. But hey, like I said before, at 26 years old, however he is, which one of us was a finished product? Which one of us was a perfect parent, perfect employee, perfect man, perfect woman? None of us. Perfect mother, perfect father. He still got room to grow. But the problem is with trading Drummond. If you don't understand why, is for trading Andre Drummond, there is no contract after this year. He already publicized he's going to opt out. So that's the reason why it's hard to kind of move him. He don't have nothing past this year. So it's like a rental if you don't sign him. And you don't want to give up a lot for a 1-year rental unless it's going to get you a championship, man. So it is what it is. Let me know how you feel about the video. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. And let me know what you think about the video. Don't forget to check out the channel out, Goodfellas Sports TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Appreciate the love, support. And let me know what y'all think about Andre Drummond possibly going to the Clippers. And what you think the Clippers should give up for Andre Drummond. A first and some change, or some players over there you like. Appreciate it. One time for the one time we gone.